Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel. Peter likes books! And so I have lots of books to talk about in my beginning July book haul. And I'm super excited about it. I just came back from Mexico. My husband and I were down there for our birthdays. My birthday was last Thursday, and I turned 45. Oh my God. 45 feels so much better than 44. I don't know why. I just like half of 90. I never thought I would be there. And if you think I'm old, guess what? One day, if you're lucky, you'll be here too. But anyway, so I wanted to go through some things that have been sent to me and some things that I had bought and just talk about my July book haul because I'm so excited about it. The first thing is that I bought an audiobook to listen to on my way to Mexico, and I'm like halfway through it now because I finished Waking Gods by Sylvain Neuvel on the way down there that I was listening to on Audible. It's the sequel to Sleeping Giants. I did not like it. I'm not a big series person anyway, but if I am, like, I want the second and the third book to be better than the first. And the first book was so good that I think my expectations were so high for it. And the second book just really wasn't that good. It just seemed very dragged out to me. There was like just a lot of dialogue that was unnecessary. There wasn't a lot of action. I didn't feel like I found out a whole lot new. I mean, it's a whole new storyline, kind of, but not really. So I was kind of just bored with the whole thing. I had heard a lot about this memoir called The Gilded Razor by Sam Lansky, and he is like the pop editor for Time magazine. He's like adorable, young, gay guy, and I read like this synopsis about it, and then I kind of just like, I followed him on Instagram, and I started like, I was very interested in this book. And it's supposed to be kind of like an alcoholic, drug addict memoir, like, you know, Dry by Augustin Burroughs, and, you know, Beautiful Boy and Tweak by the Chefs. And if you haven't read those books are fantastic. Drinking a Love Story by Catherine Knopf, and those kinds of Blackout that I drank, or that I read last year called Blackout, Remembering the Things I Drank to Forget. I love alcohol. As a person in recovery, I love alcohol and addiction memoirs. So I was super excited to read it. I'm about halfway through right now, and it is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, if you love that stuff, it is a must-read. The Gilded Razor by Sam Lansky. But I will tell you this, it is very depressing. It is very sad, especially knowing that that's what his storyline was as a teenager. So if you're a young person reading that stuff and you're triggered by it, I definitely would probably give you a warning for that. For me, on the outside, having been sober for a long time, it's easy for me to read. I won't say that he glamorizes it because he doesn't. But I think you have to read it with a very careful eye, if that makes sense. And it's just, and there's also a lot of promiscuous sex in it, so just be careful before you go into that. So that's the audiobook that I'm reading right now that I bought for July, and well, end of June and July, and I'm absolutely loving it. The first thing I want to get into is, I got a little birthday treat from Faith. Here's her letter, which was very personal and very sweet to me. And Faith knows that I love those like young adult novels of yesteryear, of like the 80s. I've become absolutely obsessed with, that I go to like thrift stores and try to find all the time. So she sent me 4 of them, which I'm so excited because right now I'm reading Slumber Party by Christopher Pike. She sent me Weekend by Christopher Pike. And then she sent me Richie Tikursky Cusick's Overdue. The Library Was as Silent as the Grave. I love these books, you guys. I'm so obsessed with this. And then she sent me Beach House by R.L. Stine. And then she sent me Trick or Treat by Richie Tikursky. I've never heard of this person, Cusick. So thank you so much, Faith. I'm so excited to read these. Like, I'm actually thinking about, like, for Booktubeathon, just reading these books, but we'll see. I don't know, maybe not. And then she sent me Mira Grant's Parasite. And I've actually heard a lot about this book, and she said in there that she heard me talking about these kinds of books, these like The Hot Zone and things like that. So she sent me the hardback of this, and I'm super excited about it. Thank you so much, Faith. This was absolutely amazing that you sent me these books for my birthday. It means the world to me, and yeah, so thank you so much. So that was the first thing. And then the other thing that I got sent, now I don't know if I was sent this by the author or who sent this to me because there is no name on it, but it is Like, the person didn't, like, sign their name or anything for me. But what's interesting is I got these bookmarks that look like they would come from an author, okay? I know that because I have bookmarks similar to that as well. And the book that she sent me is Francesca Zappia's Made You Up. And the more I read about this book, I like went to the back and I was like reading about this girl. Francesca Zappia lives in central Indiana. I live in central Indiana. She started writing this book when she was 8 years old. When she's not writing, she's drawing her characters, reading, or playing video games. She's also the author of Eliza and Her Monsters. And I was like, Eliza and Her Monsters? Well, Dylan, the Reader 5, who is also from Indiana, he had just, and here it is, right here, he had just talked about this book and how it was like one of his all-time favorite new books. And I had just gone to Barnes & Noble before I left to go to Mexico because I wanted to find Eliza and Her Monsters. And whoever sent this to me, whoever you are, you're absolutely wonderful, said, Peter, this is a book by an author who lives in Indianapolis. It is very good. Her second book is a YA novel about teen anxiety, the internet and mental illness in the world with internet and social media. It is called Eliza and Her Monsters. I will buy one for you from Amazon. These books are sold by the same agency that sold The Hate You Give, Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli and more, which I love that publishing company because they put out such important books. So I'm so excited about this. Whoever you are that sent this to me and sent me all of these, look, here is a bookmark from the book that she sent me, Made You Up. And then here is Eliza and Her Monsters bookmark. Thank you so much for sending these to me. These are awesome. I don't know who sent them to me. Wait. About a girl whose father dies in 9/11 is Across the Distance. She sends this one to me, and she kind of like wrote on the bookmark. I mean, I am so excited about this. So yeah, Ava J. Oh my God, and this bookmark is signed. Maybe it's from the publishing house. I don't know. I don't think so though, because they wouldn't have to order me one from Amazon. But I'm so, I mean, like, I cannot wait to read this book. Like, I'm going to get into this book this week, so I'm so excited. Okay, then my buys. This is the problem, is that half-price books, about like every 6 months it seems, they get a rush of books that I want, okay? And so I went, there's two half-price books, and one's like 5 minutes for me, and the other one is like 10 minutes for me. So it's easy for me to just like in a day go back and forth. There's actually two Goodwills in between there. So I can actually sound like a valley girl. I can also go to the Goodwills to see if they have these kind of reads. And along the way. And so I went to the first half-price books because I was looking for Leanne Moriarty's books because I just finished Big Little Lies when I was in Mexico. Have you guys read this book? I cannot wait to watch the HBO series. I told my husband, I said, we're starting it this weekend. Big Little Lies was hands down so far my favorite book of 2017. Is it 2017 or is it 2018? It's 2017. So anyway, it's my favorite book so far of this year. I was so excited. Like, I have to tell you that, like, it was not a book that I thought I would read. Like, it's just not on my radar. God, I'm like, it's just not a book that's on my radar. And my best friend Tanya, she said, you have to read this book. And I literally tore right through it. It was so good. So if you have not read Big Little Lies or seen the series, go get it. It is totally worth it. And so I was going into the bookstore looking for that. They didn't have a lot of them. But at the first bookstore, they had The Husband's Secret by her. And I want to read all of her stuff. And so I got The Husband's Secret from Half Price Books. And imagine your husband wrote you a letter to be opened after his death. Imagine, too, that the letter contains his deepest, darkest secret. Something with the potential to destroy not only the life you have built together, but the lives of others as well. So I'm super excited about that. But I'm so super excited about everything. When I was there, they also had Let's Get Lost by Addie Alced, and I have been wanting to read this book forever. I see it at Meijer all the time when I go there, but I didn't want to pay like $17, or how much is it, $17.99 in the United States for it. So I got it there for $8.99, and I think I also got a discount or something because I shop at Half Price Books all the time. They're always like cheaper than what I think they're going to be when I get up there. So I'm super excited. I can't say that anymore. I'm so embarrassed. I'm super excited about this. 4 teens across the country have only one thing in common, a girl named Layla. She crashes into their lives in an absurdly red car at the moment they need someone the most. And I'm like, I've been eyeing this for like a year now, so I'm super... My super exciting July book haul. I'm super excited to read that book. Well, then I went to the other half-price books in search of more of these Leanne Moriarty books, of which they had The Perfect Husband, but they didn't have any of the other ones. And I had seen this other book, was super excited about reading. And that is The Loose Ends List. And I think that Philippe at the YA Reader read this last year, and I think he liked it, but I don't think he was super excited about it. I think the cover is super exciting. No, I think the cover is gorgeous. It's about this girl, and her grandma is dying, and she finds out it's the summer before college, I think. Yeah, summer before college, and it's like the last months, and then her grandma is dying, and she tells them that she's taking the whole family on this cruise, and so she goes on this cruise aboard this ship called the Wishwell or something like that, the Wishwell, and she has all these things she wants to do, and she makes new friends and stuff, and it sounds like a fun summer read to me, and I like summer books that take place in the summer. I'm very much a seasonal reader, so I don't like to read like The Winter of Our Discontent by John Steinbeck in August. You know what I mean? Like baby, that ain't gonna happen, okay? I like to read summer books in the summertime. Winter books can wait. So, I'm super excited about reading this. Are you guys super excited about reading any book this summer? If you didn't watch my last video, also, I am doing this thing to prepare for Booktubeathon because I'm super excited that every week I'm gonna read 1 or 2 books from like previous Booktubeathons. So this week I'm gonna read 1 or 2 books based on challenges from 2014, and then next week 1 or 2 books based on the challenge from 2015, and then the following week. And you get it? If you don't get it, go back and watch my last video. It's a must. I mean, my videos are absolutely Oscar worthy at this point. So anyway, I'm super excited. I'm gonna get a t-shirt made that says I'm super excited. But anyway, no, I really am excited about this month of reading and the Booktubeathon and getting ready for all of that and all of these books. And these books to me are like very colorful and kind of fun. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be cool to read these books. Like I don't want to read anything really deep. It's summer. I want to read enjoyable, lighthearted shit that's fun to read. Don't you? Like I don't need to get super deep this summer and be like, oh, I'm so intellectual. No, I did that gig. It's over. Anyway, so there it is. My big, exciting, super exciting summer book haul. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.